Hello students, how are you all? Welcome to Affairscloud, Learn to Lead. My name is Vikas Rana. So students, we have an app by the name Cloud which you can go and download through the Play Store. This application is a one-stop solution for all the students who are preparing for government exams. This application is valid just for the Android users. Once you have downloaded the application, you can go and log in through your Gmail ID, and once you have logged in, you will be moved on to this page where you can see the various courses that are offered by us. To avail this course, you can use a code that is CRACK10 to get an additional 10% discount on the purchase you make. If we talk about the course, why this course is so important, how you will be benefiting through this course. If you see, we provide current affairs on the daily basis, on weekly basis, as well as monthly basis. On daily basis, we will be providing you with PDFs of the content of that particular day. Apart from this, you will be getting a quiz on your application that will be of 20 questions quiz on daily basis that will help you in boosting your preparation. Apart from that, on weekly, you will be getting a 50 questions quiz for your preparation, as well as if you see, you will also get a PDF that will contain all the important compiled news, current affairs of that particular week. And similarly, for monthly, you will be getting a top 100 questions PDF of that whole month. That is very important PDF and will be covering the most important news of that particular month. Alright, apart from this, we also cover banking awareness. All the banking aspirants, those who are preparing for bank exams, will absolutely love our course because we cover almost 99.99% of the syllabus of your bank exams. Here you will see we will also provide with quizzes as well as the PDFs. Apart from this, if you see the topic wise, for example, there are multiple questions that are related to obituary, important days, who won which event, who was awarded with which award. So all these topics that are related to your GS also or GK, such as apps and web portals. These are the current affairs that are important days, your books and authors, the new applications that were launched, new government schemes that were launched by the government, or your international affairs or your national affairs. All these topics, there are 20 such topics of which we are providing the PDF, as well as we teach on YouTube, where you can go and check our channel and you will be surprised that the content that we are providing is absolutely amazing. Alright, so this will be helping you to boost your preparation in the long term. This YouTube channel, you can go and subscribe to our channel, that is your Affairscloud, that will help you for your revision purpose also. Apart from this, we cover the state current affairs also. Here you can see the current affairs and all these content that we provide you that are bilingual. That means we provide you in English as well as both in Hindi also. Alright, so all the students who are from the Hindi language will also be benefited through our course. Also friends, you can purchase our course for 2 years. Alright, also for 1 year. If the students have exam or they are planning for the long term and they want to study for 2 years and they are expecting to give exam after 1 year, then they can opt for 2 years. As well as if the student is planning to give exam next year, then they can go for the 1 year course also. So these are the two types of courses that are available by us. In the end friends, if you use a code that is Vikas10, you will be getting an additional extra 10% discount by using this code Vikas10. Also, if you have any problem regarding the course purchase, any problem regarding to our application, you can contact us on the mobile number that is 9677333862. And if you want to mail us, you can also mail us on support@affairscloud.com, and I assure you that our representative from us will be contacting you soon and resolving your issue. Today's session will be a little bit different. You will be able to find multiple current affairs that are in the one-liner format. These current affairs will be very helpful for you. It is a quick revision of the current affairs that we have done in the past. As you know, we have completed the current affairs topic-wise of May month now. So in the meantime, till the June current affairs comes to you in your PDF, then till the time we will be revising the multiple current affairs. Here you can see. Alright friends, so let's get on with the video. So the first news that we will be discussing is the country's first flow chemistry technology hub. As you see, it is related to which subject, or it is related to which field? It is related to chemistry, and it is a technology hub where research and development will be done in the field of chemistry, say on chemicals, to find out new chemicals that will be helping if you, or that will be solving the social issues. Say for example, I'd like to give you an example. There has been recently discovered a bacteria that can even digest plastic. There is a plague that can digest plastic. So these are the research and development, these are the results of research and development only. We develop vaccines. How can we develop vaccines? With the help of research and development only. So in order to excel in those fields and come up with a solution that can be used widely to all the people takes time, and it is the result of the research and development only. So to do research and development in various fields of chemistry, a flow chemistry technology hub was set up in Hyderabad. Next is ISRO. Recently we know there are many people who have been enrolled into the ISRO field. All right, they are the scientists, they are people who are engineers, they are the people who develop products, there are the people who design the spacecraft, then there are people who assemble those parts and make those spacecraft, and then there are the people who manufacture also these spacecraft. Then the coding is done for various fields. So these are the different fields in which various peoples are working. In order to provide them a technical training, then recently ISRO has partnered with Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship to sign an MOU, so that they will be providing technical training to the people of ISRO. And here the technical will be in the upcoming sectors. Say for example, artificial intelligence, machine learning. Then these are some of the fields that are upcoming and these are trending. All the upcoming projects in future, all the applications that you will be seeing are working on these machine learning and artificial intelligence. How can they implement this into the upcoming spacecrafts, upcoming satellites? All these things will be done here. So ISRO technical training program was launched by ISRO with the help of Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. Next is your United Nations has recorded that 193 million people faced food security in just 2021 alone, and this is before when Ukraine war started. And the Ukraine war had a huge impact on the food, because Ukraine as well as Russia, they are the major exporters of wheat all around the world. So now wheat is in less quantity all around the world. Many countries shifted to India and they were asking that India should import wheat. But India's in first phase, they say yes, they will be able to deliver, but they banned on the private export. Means, and no private company from India will be able to export wheat to different parts of the world or to different countries. Only Indian government can be done. This step was taken because due to the heat wave that came in India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, they all were suffering a huge amount of rise in temperatures. So due to which many crops were also affected, and now we will be seeing more food insecurity in 2022 because of this impact of Ukraine war, because it created a huge impact. Russia created a huge dent, you can say, into the supply chain of food, that is of wheat. Also these countries are the countries that provide fertilizers that helps act as a nutrients for the plants to grow. Next, China has deployed Orbit 8 sensing satellite. So direct question, that Orbit 8 sensing satellite was of which country? It was of China. Alright, then Gaofen, it was of which country? It was of China. Biggest electric cruise ship was of which country? It was of China. East project that attained the temperature of more than the temperature of sun, but that was just for 10 to 15 seconds only. That project was also of China. Artificial moon, that was testing or doing research on the gravity, that how we can manipulate gravity or how can we use gravity. And also, if you remember in the last video, it was a very good video, friends, you must definitely check. I told you about how you can store energy with the help of gravity. It was a really good concept that I searched online recently, and I thought you should definitely also know. It was using multiple types of energy and it was an interesting one. So using gravity, how you can even store energy in the physical form, and when you required energy, say for example there is a heat and you want to run more air condition in your room, so the demand of that particular area for electricity will increase. So to meet that demand, how that gravity is benefiting to provide that excess amount of supply. It was a really good video. Then friends, next we will be talking about ISRO. We know ISRO has planned a mission to Venus, and they will be launching that mission by December 2024. Also remember, NASA is also planning to launch a mission on Venus, but their timeline is 2023. 2029. India will be by December 2024, and next is 2029 of NASA. Next, Formula One pioneer, that means a very good Formula One driver, Tony Brooks, has recently passed away. Alright, apart from this, remember Emilia Romagna Grand Prix was won by whom? It was won by Max Verstappen, and Max Verstappen drives for Red Bull. Alright, next, World Hand Hygiene Day. As we know, why this day is important, that is observed on 5th of May because of COVID-19. We saw COVID-19 took place, due to which the health emergency that was, or the guidelines that were set up by WHO, was that people should keep their hands clean. If they will keep their hands clean, then they will be away from the infection or the virus that was the COVID-19 or coronavirus, whatever you like to say it. Alright, so similarly, this is the reason this particular information can be helpful, that because it was in recent news and it is important. So World Hand Hygiene Day observed on 5th of May. Also, we discussed a report on this that was released by WHO only, that stated that if you keep your hands clean, you will be able to keep over 70% of the infection from the body, just by keeping your hands clean. If you remember, in schools also, our teachers, when we were in primary, pre-primary, our teachers and even our parents used to say that before eating food you should wash your hands. The same was the reason and the logic, that you won't be able to catch the infection that are currently in your hand because you touch various objects in a day. Moving on, next is Ayushman Bharat Divas. When do we observe Ayushman Bharat Divas? On 30th of April. Just a minute, friends, just a minute. Ayushman Bharat Divas, on 30th of April we observe it. Hello, I hope now the voice is clear. Yeah. Next is Adani Wilmar. Adani Wilmar has recently dislodged, means replaced. Dislodged means replaced Hull Hindustan Unilever Limited from the position of the India's largest FMCG company. Alright, fast moving consumer goods. Alright, so which company has surpassed Hull? That is your Hindustan Unilever Limited. It is your Adani Wilmar. Also, friends, we were always discussing that Adani Green, that is a group of Adani only. Adani Green has recently came up with a multi-purpose project that will generate wind as well as solar energy, and it is a first of its kind project that was started by Adani Green. Then if I talk you about International Diet Day, when do we observe International Diet Day? It is May 6th. This day is important because recently many celebrities, even a cricket player was recently, if you remember, Shane Warne recently passed away. He was just between in his 50s when he passed away, and the reason many people are saying that he also died because of. Next is International No Diet Day. On 6th of May, we observe International No Diet Day. Important day because we are seeing that many unnatural deaths, or you can say natural, with coming up of many long-term problems. Say for example, people are highly dieting, because if you diet a lot, your body will be not getting the right amount of energy that it is required, and instead of taking the good quality of food, we are supplementing. We are depending on the supplements, and like protein powder, other caffeine products, even energy booster. Alright, so these are the proteins and other supplements that we take in order to do more exercise and rigorous exercise that have a heavy toll on our body. So it is suggested also that you should diet, but not in an excessive manner. So International No Diet Day is observed on 6th of May. Next is Haryana government. Haryana government has launched a scheme that was E-Adhikam scheme. This is an important scheme. Why? Because under this schemes, tablets will be provided to around 3 lakh students of the government of Haryana. Also remember, they will be 10th, 11th and 12th students who will be receiving these tablets. Apart from this, Chara Bijai Yojana. The scheme is Chara Bijai Yojana. This scheme was also started by Haryana government in order to increase the fodder cultivation here. Alright, so these are the schemes of Haryana. Next, yes, one more scheme was there, Mukhyamantri Bagwani Bima Yojana. What is this Mukhyamantri Bagwani Bima Yojana? That it will be providing insurance to the crops of the farmers. Say for example, in a calamity or any natural disaster, the crops are not able to be produced or they are destroyed. For example, one example of this is the recent increase of temperature due to solar burst. So due to which you can see there are a major crops that has been destroyed. So in order to provide insurance to those farmers, to those small farmers, this scheme was also launched, Mukhyamantri Bagwani Bima Yojana. Okay friends, let me give you an interesting news also, that recently, say this is sun, all right, we see there are multiple small spots on the sun and we are seeing high temperature. Can you tell me how these high temperatures are related to the sun? This is a quick and interesting news of that you should also know, that recently this is earth hand, all right, here the temperature of earth is rising. The reason is because there was a sunspot discovered recently in the sun, and due to which they are saying that there is a solar, and there was also a mass ejection of solar flare that you can see a video of it on YouTube. This mass ejection of solar flare and the temperature and the spot that I am talking you about, this solar spot, you will be surprised to know that this solar spot was earlier the size of the earth. It was of the size of the earth, but now it has been discovered that this solar spot has been increased to 3 times the size of earth. That is the reason we are seeing so large amount of increase in temperature and the heat that is on the daily basis we are facing on earth. So you should definitely, this is an interesting, I thought I should share with you. Coming back to the topics, next is Prime Minister Narendra Modi has inaugurated 7th edition of Raisina Dialogue. So direct question, who inaugurated Raisina Dialogue for 2022? Narendra Modi. And other way is the edition of it will also be asked, that which edition of this Raisina Dialogue was inaugurated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi? It was the 7th. Here now we'll be talking about nation's first gene bank. It was opened to preserve the biodiversity, and the location where this was opened is state, you have to remember, Maharashtra. In Maharashtra, nation's first gene bank was opened to preserve biodiversity. Also apart from this, if you remember, we discussed that a electric vehicle charging station was set up here that will be running on biogas, and this electric vehicle charging station will also be powering the street light at night. Next, we will be talking about the Sportsman of the Year award. It was granted to, or it has been achieved or won by whom? Neeraj Chopra. He is also known as the Golden Boy. Next, we will be talking about GD Birla Award. Recently, just remember this GD Birla Award is given in the field of science. So it can be asked that GD Birla Award is given in the field of dash, it is given in the field of science. So recently, for scientific research, Professor Narayan Pradhan ji has been awarded with the GD Birla Award for his scientific research. Next we will be talking about Miss World 2021. Remember Poland's Karolina Bielewska, as you can see her in the picture, she has been crowned as the Miss World for 2021. Next, President's Colors Award. What is this President's Colors Award? This is given to any regiment, any equipment, any machine that has been serving or has served for India in the past. So remember INS, that is your Indian naval ship Valsura, was awarded with the President's Colors by the Ramnath Kovind, who is our President of India. Next question or next news. Bhajan Samrat and Anup Jalota, they have released a book that is Udaan Ek Mazdoor Bacche Ki. I repeat, Bhajan Samrat and Anup Jalota ji has recently released a book that was Udaan Ek Mazdoor Bacche Ki, and that was authored by Mithilesh Tiwari ji. So the next book we are talking about is Modi at 20, Dreams Meet Delivery. So our S. Jaishankar, our Minister of External Affairs, S. Jaishankar has penned a new book, Modi at 20, Dreams Meet Delivery. Next is Rupiah Banda. As you can see him in the picture, he has recently passed away, and he was the former president of Zambia. I repeat, former president of Zambia, Rupiah Banda ji has passed away. Next is physicist Eugene Parker. If you remember Parker Solar Probe, yes, it was launched by NASA and it was named on the behalf of Eugene Parker. So Eugene Parker has recently passed away. He was in news recently, so you have to remember. And it was a Parker Solar Probe. Next Next, we'll be talking about the world's most polluted capital in the world. Recently, World Air Quality Report for the 2021 was released, and in that, data was released for the most polluted capital city. Alright, we are talking about capital city in the world. So remember Delhi. Delhi is that capital city that has secured for the fourth consecutive year in 2021 the first position for the world's most polluted capital city in the world. It was followed by Bangladesh capital Dhaka. So mark it. Coming back, then remember, if we are talking about country, it was Bangladesh that has secured the top position for the most polluted countries in the world, and India was on the fifth position. First was Bangladesh, Chad, Pakistan, Tajikistan, and India. But if we are talking about the world's most polluted capital city in the world, it was Delhi, and it is for the fourth consecutive time that Delhi has been ranked as the world's most polluted capital city in the world, and it was ranked by World Air Quality Report. Next, Finland has named world's happiest country in the world for the fifth straight year. So remember, which is the world's happiest city in the world? It is Finland. For the fifth straight year, Finland was named as the world's happiest city. Next, India TB cases up to 19%. Delhi tops prevalence. That means the cases are rising in India, and now we are able to see 19% more cases. And in that too, in overall category, Delhi has topped with the maximum number of rise in cases. Next, okay, tell me Sarhul festival. Where was it celebrated? Jharkhand. Then tell me Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana has completed how many years? 7 years has been completed. 1064 anti-corruption mobile app. 1064 anti-corruption mobile app was launched by which state? It was launched by Uttarakhand. Apart from this, tell me Avsar scheme. What is Avsar scheme, and what is basically AVSAR scheme? Tell me. Avsar scheme. It is to provide platform to self-help groups that they can come and start their own small businesses. Coming back, Moradabad, the second most noise polluted city globally, says UNEP. We are not talking about air pollution, we are talking about the noise pollution. So we are seeing that Moradabad is the second most noise polluted city in the world. But what is about the first? It is your Dhaka. Dhaka has been named as the world's most noise polluted city in the world, and Moradabad is the second. And this data was released by whom? It was released by UNEP, that is your United Nations Environment Program. Can you tell me where is the headquarter of UNEP? It is in Nairobi, Kenya. Then UNDP, where is the headquarter? It is also in New York. But if asked where is the headquarter of United Nations, then also you have to remember it is also in New York. Tricky, but you have to remember. Next we are talking about Niti Aayog. Niti Aayog has recently released the second index or second edition of the Export Preparedness Index, and the state that has topped here is your Gujarat. Gujarat secured the top position in the second edition of the Export Preparedness Index released by Niti Aayog, and that too in also remember Gujarat also secured the top position in the Niti Aayog's index, that was State Energy and Climate Index, the round 1 of which was held, and in which Gujarat secured the first position, and that data was also released by Niti Aayog. Next, India ranks third in billionaire population globally, and Mumbai houses the most number of super wealthy people all around India. So, two questions. First, where is the most number of billionaires in the world? In that particular list, what is the rank of India? India ranks third. And the second question is that in India, where is the most number of wealthy people live? So in India, it is Mumbai where the most number of wealthy people lives. And all this data was released where? All this data was released in the Wealth Report of 2022. Next, who is the first ever female president of Hungary? First ever female president of Hungary, as you can see her in the picture, she is Katalin Novak. She has become the first female, this term you don't forget, alright, first female president of Hungary, Katalin Novak. You see her in the picture. Then apart from this, if I ask you Rongali festival, where do we observe this Rongali festival? It is observed in Assam. And one more, Rongali festival is also known by the name Bohag Bihu. Alright, Rongali festival, it is of Assam, and Rongali festival is also known by the name Bohag Bihu. Next, Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban has won for the fourth time as the Prime Minister of Hungary. I repeat, who has become the Prime Minister of Hungary for the fourth consecutive term? He is Viktor Orban, as you can see him in the picture. Next is Swiss to become the first airlines to use the solar fuel. Important question, obviously yes. Which is the first airline that will be using solar fuel? It is your Swiss Airlines. Next, can you tell me Kangra tea? Kangra tea recently got a GI tag. Can you tell me from which state is this Kangra tea located? Yes, absolutely you should know. It is from Himachal Pradesh that this Kangra tea got the GI tag. Who became the 23rd Prime Minister of Pakistan? Who is the 23rd Prime Minister of Pakistan? He is Shehbaz Sharif. He is Shehbaz Sharif, who became the 23rd Prime Minister of Pakistan. And also one more question from Pakistan that you need to remember. Who is the first president, who was the first Prime Minister of Pakistan who was or who left from the office because of no confidence motion? So due to no confidence motion, the first president that was removed was whom? He was also a very famous cricket player. He was Imran Khan. Yes. Alright, next now. West Bengal has celebrated Dol Utsav and recently welcomed spring season. Alright, so for welcoming spring season, we observe Dol Utsav, and Dol Utsav is celebrated in which state? Dol Utsav is celebrated in West Bengal. So remember it like this, it is important. Next, Karnataka launched the first ever digital water bank. The first ever digital water bank was launched where? It was launched by Karnataka. Highly important, friends, do mark it, do remember. So first ever digital water bank was launched by which state? It was launched by Karnataka state. Alright, next we are talking about Scotch State of Governance Ranking 2021. Andhra Pradesh has secured the first rank in the Scotch State of Governance Ranking for 2021. Which state topped here? It was your Andhra Pradesh. Alright friends, apart from this, tell me Crop Diversification Index. Which state became the top state to implement the Crop Diversification Index? It is your Telangana to adopt Crop Diversification Index. Then tell me Suraj Kund International Craft Mela was held. Where was it held? In Haryana. Can you tell me the edition of this Suraj Kund International Craft Mela? It was the 35th edition of the Suraj Kund Craft Mela. Manipur. Who became the Chief Minister of Manipur? He is N. Biren Singh. For which, or you can say for which term he became the Chief Minister of Manipur? He became for the second term as the Chief Minister of Manipur. Of Goa, who is the Chief Minister of Goa? Pramod Sawant, and he also became for the second term as the Chief Minister of Goa. Alright, apart from this, tell me, we saw World Happiness Report. Alright, in this World Happiness Report, we saw who topped. It was topped by Finland. What is the rank of India in this World Happiness Report? India is on the 136th position. India is on 136th position. Next friends, if I ask you, tell me who has won Asian Billiards Championship for the year 2021 for the 8th time, and this is his 8th time Asian Billiard Championship. He is Pankaj Advani. Pankaj Advani. Next, tell me, when do we observe World or Global Recycling Day? Global Recycling Day. When do we observe it? On 18th of March. Global Recycling Day. And the theme is Recycling Fraternity. It is the theme for the Global Recycling Day. Next, if I ask you, Operation Ganga. Operation Ganga was launched for what? It is an evacuation mission that was launched by Government of India. And for whose evacuation mission? It was for all the Indian students who were stuck into the Ukraine during the start of the war that was started by Russia on Ukraine. Then if I ask you, first ambulance for street animals. First ambulance for street animals. It was launched where? It was launched in Chennai. First ambulance for street animals. Herat Festival. Where do we observe Herat Festival? This is observed in the state of Jammu and Kashmir. In the state of Jammu and Kashmir. IGF. What is this? India Global Forum. This annual summit was held where? It was held in Bangalore. It was held in Bangalore. Amma Yojana. Amma Yojana and Bahini scheme. Or Bahini Yojana or Bahini scheme. They were launched by which state? They were launched by Sikkim. Amma Yojana and Bahini scheme was launched by Sikkim. Next, if I tell you Play Pass. This Play Pass subscription was launched by which platform? It was launched by Google in India. Play Pass. Then tell me, recently United Arab Emirates was put it on the grey list of FATF. Alright, and if we are talking about FATF, who is the president of FATF? He is T. Raja Kumar, and the first Singaporean to be appointed to the post of this particular president of FATF. Then friends, if I ask you about Delhi, there are multiple questions that we have been discussing about Delhi, that my EV portal, hobby hub, museum is there for former prime ministers, then first center for Khadi was also set up in New Delhi. Then biggest drone mela was also in Delhi, and that was inaugurated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Then apart from this, tell me Kanchot Festival. Kanchot Festival. This is also celebrated in Jammu and Kashmir. Apart from this, if I ask you, which ministry launched intensified mission Indradhanush, that is your IMI, and its 4th edition was launched. We know this is an immunization, or you can say vaccination drive, so definitely it will be launched by Ministry of Health or Health Ministry. Next, tell me, this is okay, last for the day, it is Operation Ahat. This Operation Ahat was launched by whom? It was launched by Railway Protection Force. Alright, Operation Ahat was also launched by Railway Protection Force. So friends, that's all for the day. I hope you have enjoyed this kind of session, and if you want us to continue with such session on regularly basis, where we will be introducing with multiple current affairs but in a mix match format. It won't be specified to a particular topic, but they will be different and compiled of multiple topics for that particular month or particular various months. So that's all for the day, friends. Thank you and have a nice day, and definitely comment below. I want to see many and more comments. That's all for the day, friends. I hope you enjoyed the session, and you can follow us on the YouTube channel, as well as apart from YouTube channel, you can go and follow us at Affairscloud Telegram channel. And if you have any queries related to the content or the courses offered to you or the payment which you did on the application, you can contact us on the number provided, that is 7677333862. Apart from this, friends, you can follow us on the Facebook as well as on Instagram handle, that is Affairscloud_official. In the end, friends, If you use a code that is Vikas10, you will be getting an additional extra 10% discount by using this code Vikas10. Also, if you have any problem regarding the course purchase, any problem regarding to our application, you can contact us on the mobile number that is 9677333862. And if you want to mail us, you can also mail us on support@affairscloud.com, and I assure you that our representative from us will be contacting you soon and resolving your issue.